Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
Hey. Okay, go. Ooh, I'm on. Good. Okay. Matt, everything good on cameras there? Got a thumbs up there. My mic is on. Andrew seems to be rolling. The lights are out. Happy Earth Day, everyone. Happy holidays to those who celebrate. Okay, well, if we're all ready, let's begin with applause on the count of three. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, welcome in, everyone. This is going to be a fun one today. We got quite an involved setup here. This one's going to rock, I feel. We are joined here by the Tom Hamilton Band here in Studio C with our Summit members in attendance. The new album titled I'm Your Vampire is available now on Shoots and Boots Records. And in concert tonight, April 22nd, 26th, at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. Tom Hamilton Band, welcome into Studio C. Welcome to Akron.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, good to have you guys here. We got a full band up here. Tom, would you mind introducing everyone on stage for us?
Of course. On the keys, Mr. Tom McKee. This is Rachel Cole on backing vocals. Nicholas Patanostro on the drums. And Mr. Taylor Shell on the bass.
The Tom Hamilton Band joining us here live in Studio C. And looking forward to that big show tonight at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. And let's do a song first. What do you have for us here?
This song is called Kissing with Our Eyes Closed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Give out some
song right there, the Tom Hamilton Band, live in Studio C for all of our Summit members today. The new album titled I'm Your Vampire is out now, and the big show tonight, April 22nd, 2026 at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. Tom Hamilton Band joining us here in Studio C. Now, Tom, you've been involved in a lot of assorted bands and projects over the years, but this is the first album released under your own name. When did it sort of click with you that it was time to do just that, actually?
Coming out of COVID, I had a band called Ghostlight, and that kind of was going away, and then my dad got sick, and it was, it felt just kind of like the universe telling me I needed to kind of slow down and reassess a few things.
I think COVID did that for all of us,
yeah,
in our own way. But yeah.
I didn't know really what to do creatively, but I didn't want to make any decisions based on fear or the unknown. I just kind of wanted to let the creativity lead to wherever it was going to go. And as the pile of songs kind of started to come together and come into focus, I just kind of talked with my team and my manager and my agent and stuff, and they were just like, dude, you have a name.
You should use that.
You can use it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, that song we just heard, the radio single, Kissing with Our Eyes Closed, you have sort of described that as the album's centerpiece as this was coming together. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, making a record, or at least, there's a million ways to make anything, but the way that I usually go about it, I have a writing partner, this guy Pete Tremo. We've known each other our whole lives, and Pete and I it's a real lunch pail situation, when it comes to making records. We would just go in the studio every day. We 6 days a week. We had a schedule, and a lot of time you kind of just you strike out a lot of days. There's a lot of days of not doing anything, and starting to feel like you forget how to do it. But you're searching for something. You're looking for something to grab.
Yeah.
So you write a bunch of songs and you realize that they're just not good, and then you write another bunch of songs and you realize that there are other songs that already exist. And then if you're lucky, you find one that grabs you, and you're like, oh, this is the fingerprint. This is the thing. This is our North Star.
Yeah.
So when we were Kissing with Our Eyes Closed, we were probably 6 months in of writing every day, pretty much, and striking out a lot. But when we found this song, it was like, oh, okay, we're gonna build around this.
Yeah. When it clicks, it can lead to something further, and that's what happened here.
Yeah, creativity feeds creativity, and confidence.
Sure.
Oh, we can do this
Yeah.
still, and yeah. So then that's just kind of where Kissing came.
Well, and that's the one we just heard, Kissing with Our Eyes Closed, the current radio single we're playing here at the Summit FM. We are joined in Studio C by the Tom Hamilton Band. The new album, really the debut album under your own name, the Tom Hamilton Band, that's out now, titled I'm Your Vampire, and in concert tonight, April 22nd, 2026, at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. Let's do another one. What do you have for us next year?
This the next song is called The Octave Below. This is the second song on I'm Your Vampire. Ready? You're old enough to know. How you really see. You rather not see, don't see it. You're going on back
That was something. That was the Tom Hamilton Band and the song "The Octave Below," found on the debut album "I'm Your Vampire," which is out now. Looking forward to what will surely be a pretty rockin' concert tonight at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. That was pretty great. Some sludgy, scuzzy, fuzzy bass guitar, and then I don't know, special effects guitar work from ILM that works on films in their special effects department. I don't know. That was pretty special. Yeah, so here we are. Some members got their faces rocked off right there. Tom, so many people also know you as the focal point of the band Joe Russo's Almost Dead. Basically sort of a Grateful Dead cover band, tribute band. That's been around for a while. Couple questions with that.
Sure.
Who is Joe Russo? Is he still clinging to life? And how did that project get started?
Joe Russo is an unbelievable drummer and person who's one of my best friends, and he played drums for a Grateful Dead offshoot band called Further, which was active in the teens, like the teens of.
I call it the tens.
There you go. We'll go with the tens.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah.
He played with Bob Weir and Phil Lesh for, I don't know, it was probably 7 years, I think, or something. And when, when you play with legacy artists such as that, I think there's a point where, it's like you're kind of just trying to make the older guys happy and and play the music the way they want it to be done and whatever.
Yeah.
And an opportunity came I don't even know what year it was. It was about 12 years ago, I guess. An opportunity came up for a concert in Brooklyn, New York, where a promoter asked Joe to put together just a night of music. Didn't matter what it was. And him and I always joked about, how fun it would be to play that music without the old guys, without the...
Yeah. And therefore stretch out and do it your own way a little bit.
Well, yeah, exactly. To let the puppies take over.
Yes. Yes.
So we did this one show as a joke. It was definitely just a tongue-in-cheek situation,
Right.
and people reacted to it in a very positive way. Kind of, the recording from that concert went viral, and after about a year of saying no to playing more shows because none of us play covers. That was not really what we did as musicians. After about a year of it, we were like, all right, well, I guess we could do it one more time, and we did it again, and it was an even bigger experience. And so we're like, okay, let's find a way to do this that feels comfortable for all of us to, like, artistically, to be able to.
Do it right and give it justice.
Yes,
Yeah.
but also to give us all the freedom to continue being the artists that we are.
Absolutely.
Outside of that, and it's been very cool because to have been blessed by at the time all 4 living members of the Grateful Dead. They all really appreciated what we did and our approach to the music. We take a lot of liberties with it and try to
honor it.
Yeah, the spirit of it, which
Yeah.
is, I've played with all 4 of those guys well into their 70s, and to see artists that have had a career of over 50 years that are still looking to do something new every night.
Yeah.
That are still, that specifically tell you, like, hey man, don't worry about what we did in 1984 or whatever, thing. It's like,
Just be in the moment.
yeah, and use your own voice, which is a very validating thing to have, some guys that are absolute cultural iconoclasts,
Yeah.
tell you, like, yeah, your voice is worthy, and, you're here to do your thing. Let's do that.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be nerve-wracking to just start with playing with those guys. So when did that initial concert as Joe Russo's Almost Dead, when did that happen again?
This is 26. I'll see 14 maybe.
2014.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that's been a thing ever since then, or sporadically here and there?
Yeah, the first few years was pretty sporadic, and since COVID, we do 40 shows a year pretty much.
Okay.
That's our.
And that's good.
That's what we do.
So also, I was looking through your social media. You host a podcast also?
I have a radio show on
Or a
Sirius
radio
XM.
show,
Yeah.
okay.
On the Grateful Dead channel on Sirius XM, they gave me a radio show.
So what happens on this radio show for you?
I interview people.
Mhm.
I had a new manager a few years ago, and I did a guest spot on Sirius, and he was, we were still getting to know each other, and he was, he heard my guest spot, and he was like, "Hey man, you're pretty good at that. Would you ever want to have your own show?" Which I never thought about doing that. And he was like, "Well, if I get you a show, would you want it?" I was like, yeah, sure." Thinking
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And then in like July of last year or so, 18 months later, he was like, "Hey, I got that radio show you were looking for." And so yeah, it's a learning experience. It's been really fun to do, and basically we just find guests that have a connection to the Grateful Dead, but
Sure.
but straddling something else.
Yeah. Using that as an entry point.
Yeah, exactly. Because to expose that community to new music and new artists and things that are adjacent to that world, I think it's just a really important thing for the Grateful Dead as a part of our culture, and just for our music scene of expanding horizons. So I had like Chris Thompson from Vampire Weekend come in, which is that's he is in the jam world, but also he's in Vampire Weekend. That's pretty,
which is not a jam band.
not at all. No. This month's guest was Margot Price.
Yeah.
Country music's own Margot
Sure.
Price.
Outlaw country and
Yeah.
she's awesome.
And she's a absolutely wonderful woman,
Yeah.
an activist and musician.
Yep.
And she spent a lot of time with Bob in the latter part
Yes,
of his career.
that is true.
So that was super cool. Interviewed Don Was,
Mhm.
which was he's like the Forrest Gump of music. He's been just kind of everywhere.
Yes. That's a good way of putting it.
I couldn't believe the people that he worked with, and
Or it falls in his lap and he ends up working with like that.
yeah,
Much like one Forrest Gump.
it is very impressive. He's
Yeah.
a very cool guy, and then Bruce Hornsby was the other interview. So
That's quite a list of a who's who.
Yeah, I feel very lucky to I'm just some guy from West Philly,
Yeah.
and being able to just be a part of that, and
Yeah.
you learn something from all these people.
Well, and hearing their stories, that's the most important thing, That's fantastic. And one other thing too, speaking of which, I feel like your album cover, LPs are available out in the lobby here afterwards. It's a cool photo of you on the album cover. I feel like there's a good story behind that album cover photo of you. How did that come to be?
My girlfriend had a disposable camera,
Mhm.
like film camera, which is a novelty these days,
Yeah.
And so we were on the road, and that picture was taken in the catering area of the Capitol Theater in New York. I was just warming up before a show,
Mhm.
and she just snapped that shot as just a candid, and
And that's how it is.
That was it.
That's a good looking candid photo right
It's a
there.
cool-
You seem
cool shot.
locked in, baby, in your pre-show
My ritual.
Yes, ritual. It's a great photo, and that is the album cover for the debut record, I'm Your Vampire, which is out now. And Tom Hamilton Band joining us here in Studio C for our Summit members. Big concert tonight, April 22nd, 2026 at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. You've mentioned you played there before, and you love it there. Gritty, punk rock style
It is one of
club.
my favorite clubs in all of America.
I love hearing that.
It is.
Graffiti and stickers all over the walls. I've contributed a few stickers of the radio station to the walls myself. We got one more song from the Tom Hamilton Band. Let's hear it. What do you guys have next?
This song's called Don't Give Up on Me. Taylor. I've been running while we come this through.
That was the Tom Hamilton Band, the song Don't Give Up on Me. The album is out now, titled I'm Your Vampire, available in the lobby here for some merch opportunities. Looking forward to tonight, the big concert happening at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. Quick in and out today, but a blast of rock and roll fury. That was fantastic. Let's give a summit welcome and thank you again to the Tom Hamilton Band. Outstanding, guys. We did it.
Thank you guys.
Yes, again, merch out front, and thanks Summit members for coming in today as always, and for your support of this public radio station. Thanks, everyone.